Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of the one and only Friday Night Live. Tonight, Jim is on the road, so he'll be popping in as a surprised guest from the road. And we know we love hearing from Jim when he is putting on his reporter cap. So yes, welcome everyone. It's been quite a while since we had our last episode go live. There has been so much that has happened, so much that we're moving through right now, and so much that we're finding alignment and we're building towards. And I'm very excited, but that excitement did not come very easily. I hate to admit that to you guys. There was a lot that happened in the last few months. There's a lot that happened for me in the last year. Let's just put it honestly, in that time frame. And so towards the last few months, I really I felt burnout. Let's just be honest. I found myself using every moment I could to sneak away and create more content. And then every moment I had available, instead of spending it with my family, instead of spending it enjoying the beautiful summer days, I was spending it editing more content, planning more content, trying to post more content, creating schedules for all of this content. And yes, it was fantastic to finally feel like I had a plan for this crazy goal of 500 pieces of content a week. Don't ever make a goal of 500 pieces of content in a week. Let's just say you will immediately find burnout. But I had this lofty goal and I was working towards this plan, and everything felt like it was working until it wasn't at all. My entire body shut down. I reached a level of burnout and overwhelm I have never seen before. And there I am trying to recover and freaking out about whether or not my Instagram reels would be posted and what my community would think about my posting schedule. And then I got into these feelings of, would people even notice if I was gone? Well, I'm happy to tell you that I had a wonderful opportunity to run into a bunch of my incredible friends in the visibility hacking world, and people who I've met through building this incredible movement. And I was able to meet a whole bunch of these people face to face, and it was incredible because so many of them looked me in the eyes and said, I thought the algorithm had kicked me off of you. You were everywhere on my feed. I couldn't go a half a day without seeing your face popping up on my feed on a regular basis. And that felt so validating. That felt so incredible to hear from all of these other people who I thought maybe they weren't paying attention to me, but they were. It's not about likes and shares and comments, my friends. There's so many connections that you can have with your content that aren't captured in that algorithm. When you're looking at all of that data, what we're so often forgetting is the people on the other side. And I had these magical moments where people were coming up to me and commenting on things I had talked about months and months and months ago. And it was so cool to see that those messages that I thought went out into the darkness with nobody responding to actually made a difference in someone's life, actually had that impact. And so while I'm dealing with this overwhelm that's hit me smack in the face, I also have this opportunity to remember that the content I create actually makes a difference. And so because of all of that, I decided that something had to be done. Because I'm not a kind of person that just like comes up with excuses on a regular basis and thinks that that's how I'm going to move through my life. That's not how we build businesses, right? That's not why, if we were here for excuses, we wouldn't be building businesses. We wouldn't be entrepreneurs. We would go sit with the nice and cozy and easy 9 to 5s and we would let that be our life, right? But we do things differently. We do things that are harder. And instead of looking for excuses, as visibility hackers, we look for options. So I started taking on this mindset of options, not excuses. And I started to see it happening everywhere around me. And so when I applied it to my own business, it was easy. So here's the actual activity that you can do if you're looking for that options, not excuses moment. First, take a piece of paper and on the top of the piece of paper, write down what you're stuck on. And so for me, it was content overwhelm. That's what I was dealing with. I needed to be able to continuously post this content, create, schedule, come up with, create, and post all of this content on a regular basis on multiple platforms, like all of that. That was my problem. That was what I was blocked up on. And then what I want you to do is I want you to set a timer. If you want a quick version, you set a timer for a minute. If you want a longer version, 3 minutes. If you want a really long version, go for 10 minutes. But what you're going to do is then write down for the entirety of that timer all of the different options you have. Even if those options are wild and crazy, like run away to Mars, that's a valid option. I want you to write every option you have available in front of you. And then when that timer's up, you then have permission to cross things off that list. But it's not until you do that brain dump, do that brainstorming, come up with what those possible solutions could be. Not until you are done brainstorming are you allowed to cross anything off that list. And so while I'm writing out this list, I realized that I needed a better framework for all of our content so that everyone involved in the movement is connecting and creating the right content that connects back and creates the right flow. And we all know this is important when it comes to content, right? We don't just create content and send it out into an ether. We have to put out content with a call to action. And those call to actions have to be aligned with the rest of your business, right? So I was finding that we had this disconnection because I was in testing mode for the last phase. And then I decided that I also needed someone to do the posting for me. Like simple, seems like a crazy idea, but I needed an assistant to help me post things on a regular basis because when I had an assistant posting stuff for me, everything was wonderful. When I decided that wasn't something I was going to do regularly, that was really difficult. So options, not excuses. That's what I want to leave you guys with. And well, I'm not leaving you guys. Surprise, surprise. We got a whole show for you tonight. But I want you guys to understand that the importance of knowing that there are options, whatever the problem is you're facing, whether it's something in your business, whether it's something specifically about your content or your business visibility or your brand or your business growth, or it's something in your personal life, your family life, or whatever. You want to solve big problems in the world. Start out by identifying what your solutions are, what those options are, rather than looking for those excuses. And when those excuses pop up, you acknowledge them for what they are and you push them aside and you refocus on those options. And so, because content takes a team, my friends. I gotta bring up one of my favorite people when it comes to creating content. The one, the only Team Canada in the house for this Thanksgiving version of Friday Night Live. We've got the one and only Mr. Lefty. How you doing, my friend?
What is up, everybody? Oh man, Molly, I feel like I haven't heard from you or seen you in forever, and I got to have an awesome chat with Jim about funnel hacking live, but I haven't spoken to you yet about it. I want to know your experience about that. But before we get into that, I want to kind of slightly touch base on the whole options, not excuses thing.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic, first of all. And this week, I have to say, I'm very happy that I was able to find you an option,
Yeah, you were. Yeah,
right?
you were.
And to go and here's an option. Option is essentially, one of them is outsourcing, right?
Yep.
And we think of the word outsourcing as such a scary
It's a,
thing.
it's a dirty word.
Yeah, it's such a dirty word, right? It's like, ew, no, I'm not gonna hire you for that. But in a live that I did this week, and I actually blew my own mind when I said it because I just started rambling and it just came out so perfectly. But let's go back to the year you were born and you were an infant. And let's say, and as an infant, you need to survive. So what if I put 0 hours, your year old self in a room and just left you there? Chances are you'd probably pass away within 24 hours, which is the sad truth. So, guess what you needed to do to survive? You needed to outsource someone to clean you. You needed to outsource someone to feed you. You needed to outsource someone to clothe you, to teach you how to walk, to teach you how to talk, to get you prepared for school. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been outsourcing our entire lives, and you don't even know that you have. So, why is it so scary to think about it in your business, especially if it's going to help you scale up?
Exactly, because you'll reach a capacity no matter what kind of content you're creating, whether it's shorts or it's live shows or you teach or you coach within your group or on your profile or in your community, whatever it is, you will reach a point in which that is your full capacity. And when you look through those tasks that create the thing that you're doing,
Mhm.
there's a lot that you don't need to be there for,
Correct.
which is crazy. Just crazy.
Correct.
Outsourcing and batch scheduling and all of this stuff. If you go through the year of content training, my friends, if you're listening here either live or on the replay, definitely get your hands on the year of content training, because what it does is it gives you a structure to create the topics you're going to talk about for the next year. And then you know what you're going to talk about. You
Yeah.
know, you can focus ahead of time on bringing on the right guests or bringing on
Mhm.
the right kind of content for that topic. And then
Yeah.
you go create it ahead of time, batch it out, send it out to a scheduler or hire a VA or outsource it in some other way, shape, or form. And then voila, you have your time back. I literally had a conversation with someone where they're like, "Oh, I know you're not feeling well, but at least you're able to keep up on your daily YouTube content." And I laughed um, because I was like, I'm so glad to hear that, because those videos were recorded like in June. They were
Right.
they were old videos. But I'm really glad that an outside observer thinks that I'm there every day. And that's a really cool feeling, because it allows your business and your brand to still have that presence, to still be
Mm.
top of mind and top of algorithm. Remember when I opened the show tonight, I talked about how people thought that I was everywhere on their feeds, that I had
Yeah.
somehow hacked the algorithm, when really I was just creating consistent content on a regular basis. And because they were engaging with it, it fed the algorithm. There's no
Yeah.
hacking involved in it. And
No.
what's really cool is I don't have to sit there every day and do it. I got to
True.
motivate myself once a month, and that's it. And it's great.
Yeah. That's it. And you know what? I actually had that same thing happen to me where I got a DM closer to the beginning of September where someone was like, "Holy crap, man, how much are you posting?" And I'm like, what do you mean?
Not much.
And they're like, I literally saw you 4 times come up on my feed. And I'm like, I haven't posted anything in 2 days. And it's like, they're like, well, whatever you're doing, like, teach me. And I'm like, well, when you figure it out, teach me too, because I don't know what the how it's working.
But it's working.
I like there's this crazy misconception where it's almost like people want this like secret formula where these experts are like withholding information, but it's like we're all literally just figuring it out, and somehow, some way, shit just happens.
And it's neat because it's not like we're figuring out the ultimate answer. Like the answer is 42 and we're just trying to figure out the question. It's not like that, because as we play, let's just call it playing with the algorithm and playing on these platforms, creating those conversations, we're creating the algorithm. We're creating the kinds of content that people want to see. We're helping mold and shape those conversations, which I think is really, really cool.
Now, but when we were in a social-based algorithm, that was heavily working on followers, comments, and just all that jazz. Not so much even comments. It was really the followers. Like if you had 1,000 or you were getting like 100 followers a day, for example, like that algorithm just fed you more people. Now it's an amazing shift because we've shifted to an interest-based algorithm.
And you're talking Instagram.
In general, TikTok is the same way. The people who actually started the interest-based algorithm was YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? You grow based on like who actually sees your videos, on what they're searching, and so on and so forth. And then that gets fed to more people and more people and more people. So Instagram, like, I mean, essentially it's just the whole Meta platform in general, but Instagram realized that a little bit too late. But the beauty is that it's going to give smaller accounts a chance to be seen.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. That's a very beautiful thing.
That's for sure. That's for sure. So you want to know funnel hacking live? You want to know
do. I want to hear everything and all the things.
Well, we could be here all night if I gave you all the things, but I will say that my biggest takeaway, so one of the big changes they did this year is that they also offered a virtual replay. So previously, in the year previous to this, they had a live in-person as well as live virtual tickets. So those would happen synchronously. And this year, what they offered was the live event in person. And then the following week, they replayed it all online. So they were able to really widen the base of viewers, which was fantastic. And I totally took advantage of that. And a lot of affiliates were offering great bonuses and perks and all of that stuff. So it was really, I thought it was fantastic. I'm still a Russell Brunson when you get this. Make sure that you offer us the ability to purchase the recordings like previous years, please. My credit card is burning a hole in my pocket, and I cannot wait to give you the money for that offer. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. So there was a ton of fantastic speakers. The feel of the event, in previous years that I've been and seen the recordings of, there was a lot more content that was funnel specific. Like, let me walk you through this funnel. Let me walk you through my funnel for this one. Let me talk about funnels as the sales process, the pages, the emails, etc. Let's talk about the techie stuff.
Okay.
This year felt more like it was, here's the funnel to your being. Here's the funnel to you as a person. So it was a much more abstract idea of what a funnel was. Much more personal development, which is cool. Like I'm all here for Brendan Burchard. Like he is the reason I bought he is the reason I kept my ticket. Let's be honest. And so those talks were great, but it just lent to a different feel than in previous years. But one of my favorite talks, there were so many great ones. One of my favorite talks, which I think Jim agrees was the best talk of the entire event. He and I will talk about in an upcoming live, so I'm not allowed to talk about that, because you gotta hear it from Jim and I together. Anyways,
okay.
Sprinkling some seeds. Come back for that. Make sure you subscribe so that you get that episode.
Yes.
But my personal, other than that one that we'll talk about later, my personal favorite was Daryl Eves. So he's a YouTube expert. He works with Mr. Beast. He works with some of the biggest creators, the Harmon brothers. He's got an amazing skill set. He has like an entire wall, if not room, full of YouTube plaques for the work that he's done. And even some of the, I would say, smaller channels, the like 1 million and less follower channels that I've been watching for years, turns out that their growth happened when they hooked up with Daryl Eves. So if it works for them, if it works for Mr. Beast, then heck yeah, I'm going to pay attention. And I'm going to pay attention so much that immediately after I saw his talk, I opened up a tab in my laptop, and of course I ordered his book, and it just arrived. So I'm super excited to dive into it. So it's the
Send me a link,
formula.
Please.
Absolutely. Because because I'll send you the link that you have to buy it from, because it's directly from him. Here's a pro tip, guys. # not sponsored, not an affiliate. But when you have the option to purchase this book from any bookstore. You can buy it off Amazon, Barnes and Noble, whatever. Indigo if you're Canadian. But for the exact same price, pretty much, you can buy it directly from him, and you get a whole bunch of extra bonuses. We in the marketing world, we love bonuses, right? And so his bonuses are actually useful. So Daryl Eves puts on a in-person summit for YouTube creators called Vidsummit, and it happens it happens during trafficking conversions, which was unfortunate timing. But at his summit, he has fantastic speakers. They talk about the techie stuff. They talk about YouTube specifically. And so there's a lot, some of the bonuses are some of the best speeches from that event over the years. But the reason I was pushed, my needle was pushed, is because he actually has created a companion course that goes along with the book. So you can read the book, watch the videos, do the course, have the supplemental, take action steps, implement. And I'm all about the implementing. So I am willing, Lefty, since we're live, and for all of our viewers watching, you can they can be our witnesses. But I am willing to not start this book and associated course until your copy arrives. And we can go one chapter at a time, book club, study club style.
I love it, because fun fact, outside of my welcome video that I did on my channel, I recorded once again my first YouTube video. It is, I haven't edited it yet, but I recorded it today. Hence the table behind me. I had my setup and everything. And you know what? I actually purchased, look, I'm just gonna point my camera down. This desk is the same desk that's behind me.
Just for ease of setup, right?
Exactly. So then when I turn around and I record, it's the same brown desk. It's awesome, right? So I literally went to Jisk which is a furniture store, and I just bought the same desk. Easy peasy. Set it up at like
I
6
love it.
a.m. in the morning. Yeah.
I love it.
But
So
I like that. Yes, let's do that.
What we're going to do is I'm going to post the link in the Facebook group. I'll post it on my Facebook profile. Anyone watching, anyone who wants to join in with us can pick up their copy as well. And we will go chapter by chapter, giving you guys an update every week, Friday Night Live, to see what we learned, what we can add to it, what we're taking away from it, how we're implementing it, and if timing allows, we can even report back on what kind of good things we have seen from implementing Mr. Dara Leaves. Because I know Mr. Jim Beard has a copy of this book as well. So clearly he'll be in on this. This will be good.
Yeah, so I'm the odd man out. I got to get it now, and I'm so gonna grab a copy. The moment I get that link, I am purchasing a copy.
Amazing. Yeah. So what else was amazing? Funnel Hacking Live. You're just gonna, I can't spill the beans. There's like one big secret, and we can't spill the beans.
Well, you guys were at Funnel Hacking Live, and then Jim went to Traffics and Conversions.
Yeah.
And Mr. Lefty over here felt a little left out. So your boy, next Tuesday and Wednesday, is attending digitally at World.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah. You must report back. That's exciting.
I will report a lot. If I show you, you know what? Let me see if I can. I'm gonna pop my calendar open for a second, just so you guys can see what the first day looks like.
Oh goodness, it's only 2 days long.
2 days.
It feels like there's 505 speakers and workshops.
This is not even the half of it. I don't know if you can see that. You can't see that.
No.
That sucks.
Tilt it so it's at a 45-degree angle. There. Now we can see it. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. And you know what the crazy thing is? It's all done in 30-minute intervals.
Okay. Let's have this conversation.
I thought it was a little too short, in my opinion.
Okay. Yes. Perfect. I have never learned anything from a brand new speaker or even someone I've followed before in 30 minutes. Like, it feels like I want more. If I'm going to haul my butt to an event, I want to know a bit more, you know?
Absolutely. So
like when Brendan Burchard talks for an hour, I'm like, fill me. This is great.
So we have Alex Harmozy up here, the first speaker, 9 a.m. We then go into, it doesn't say the names anymore. So, but this is what I'm going to learn. I'm going to read the headlines, okay? How I got 1.2 million followers in 6 months by using this content marketing strategy. What's in, what's out, and what do we all need to be paying attention to as marketers in 2023? The Creator Success Blueprint, content ideation, audience building, and monetization. Then we go to YouTube for B2B brands, strategies to grow to 5 million views per year. It's a lot of views. Here's why you need to create audience personas, not buyer personas.
Can you do me a favor and send me that list?
Sure.
Because I inspiration just from the titles.
Okay. Do you want to know what my favorite title out of all of them are? And I just had to attend this because, in a sense,
just because of the title.
Just because of the title. And reason being is I found it kind of comical. But here we go.
Don't you know they say don't judge a book by its cover and don't judge a talk by its title?
I have heard that, but believe me, I think I'm going to get a laugh out of this one. 4 ways to authentically connect with Gen Z while avoiding cancel culture. So, in the nicest way possible,
and in only 30 minutes.
Yeah. But in the nicest way possible, ladies and gentlemen, it literally says 4 ways to not hurt feelings and not be an asshole.
4 ways to not be a jerk.
Yeah, essentially.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds very exciting. I wish I knew that I could have gone virtual. That would have been fun.
It is only virtual.
It's only virtual. What?
Yes, it's only virtual. And when you get your ticket, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they allow you 3 weeks of replay, and you can, I think, pay an additional $100 or $150, and then you get a year of replay.
Interesting.
Tickets are still available, I think.
I think I'm booked. Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. You can learn all the things from me.
That's why you're our reporter on the virtual beat.
That's it. And then Wednesday is pretty good. It's a lot of TikTok stuff. But yeah. Another one that I'm really interested in is 2 actually. Conversion without clickbait.
We always like that.
Yeah. And the Harmon Brothers system.
Oh, 100%. Yes. Connect it all.
Oh, yeah. So, jam-packed 2 days, 9. It's literally like 9 to 6 p.m. with like the odd break in between if like you physically don't care to watch someone.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's absolutely fine, because if you have a year of replay, you're not technically missing anything out. You just want to be able to watch the people that you absolutely love live.
Absolutely. Well, with that, here's our perfect segue. We got to throw to Doppler 9000 right now. We are getting reports that there is something going on the roads. So let's throw it to the one and only Mr. Jim Beard in Doppler 9000. Jim, can you hear us?
Barely. I'm joining you from Lima. Apparently that's a place. Sounds made up. But anyway, how are you guys doing? FHL, there's a couple accidents out here. Not too bad. And lots of assholes on the road, especially with semi-trucks. How are you guys?
A little bit of a mess on the I-80.
We are doing fantastic here in the studio, Jim. Your signal is cutting in and out, similar to those horrible truckers on the roads. Keep it safe, my friend.
Excellent. Yeah, and there's some asshole out here who's going live from his car. He's gonna get a ticket.
Yeah, it's those people who go live with their car light on because they need to be seen and their beautiful beards need to glisten.
What?
Yeah, those.
It's you, Jim.
Get them off the road.
You.
He can't look in the mirror right now, Lefty.
Love you guys. Gotta go.
Hearts all the way. Hearts all around.
So that was our impromptu visit from our one and only Mr. Jim Beard. Everyone give Jim Beard some love. That was...
We need to have like a name for him, like a persona. Like, yes, he'd be like Reporter Rick.
No, I hate that name. No.
Even better.
Anything but that name.
Reporter Rick.
It is time for let's do this. Let's do this, Lefty. Here's an idea. Content hot seat. We haven't done one of these in a while. Content hot seat is usually when we put one of our guests in the sizzling chair and we help them create and brainstorm some ideas for some fantastic content in their niche. But today I'm taking this whole show under my wing because I've been talking about creating new content, creating content plans, all of that. That's what we're focused on here in the visibility hacking team right now. So I'm putting myself on the hot seat. Lefty, you're going to have to help me generate some brainstormed ideas of content that relates to the niche of successful entrepreneurs who bring in at least $15K a month, have proven offers, but really need to connect with their people. They need a system in place so that they don't have to focus on in their business and they can go enjoy running their businesses and being that CEO. So that is my niche. I need some content ideas. And since you are the master of short form content, let's brainstorm some short form content, or we can even stretch outside of the box and look at kinds of content we've never talked about before, or whatnot. So, what you got for me, Lefty?
Number one, everybody is always just, this is exactly with content, okay? So sometimes it happens in sales too, where guess what? Lead comes in. We talk to lead. Lead gets on a call. Lead decides not to buy. Then we forget about lead because new lead comes. And then we talk
Shiny
to
object.
new lead. Shiny object. They're the shiny object. So we talk to new lead. And then new lead might buy. But then again, if they don't buy, we forget about lead because guess what? New lead comes in again. So we do the same thing with our content. And people need to remember that we still have those leads. And what do we miss out? We miss out on the follow-up. So a content follow-up is reintroduce yourself. Tell people who you are again, what you do, why you do it, who you want to help. Because by the time you put out the first introduction video, you have already made another 50 videos. So you, guess what, forgot the follow-up. And people need to be reminded about who you are, what you do, what you offer, and all that jazz. So I would start with a reintroduction video. Did one myself today, actually. Felt pretty freaking good. Another one would be talking about trends in your market, right? That is what allowed me to get 21,000 views and 98 shares in less than 60 minutes. All I did was I made a video comparing the algorithm from the old one to the new one based on social-based versus interest-based. And it just so happened to be at the time that Instagram was making their shift. To be honest with you guys, I couldn't touch my phone for that hour. The notifications were like doing this. It was insane. I was walking into a Canadian Tire at the time, or Crappy Tire as the Canadians like to call it. And I swear to God, the notifications were coming in so fast that I thought I was getting a phone call. It was literally just, and I was like, who the hell is calling me right now? And I just see Instagram just boom, 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 boom going on my phone. I was like, and I'm going to tell you guys something. Do you think I had a strategy or a secret for that? Wait, I'm going to wait. Okay, you want the answer?
Post your answers in the comments below.
Oh, yeah. Now, do you want to know what was going on through my mind when I made this video? Do you want to know the strategy? I didn't have one. I just post. I just speak on what is in the world, what's happening right now. And guess what? It either catches or it doesn't. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna not post if it doesn't catch.
Yeah. And
Put the
posting
reps
your
in.
content, posting your content should be about testing constantly. And you know how I can prove this? Let's go to the good book. Because in here, it says try, fail, analyze, adjust, a YouTube history lesson. This is from Daryl Leaves himself. Seriously, post your content, whether it's shorts, whether it's your longer form content, whether it's your live show. You are going to learn from posting it. Your audience is going to learn from you posting it. And you are going to learn about your audience from posting it. I went through a year of being in the trial phase, in the testing phase of putting out different kinds of content, seeing what got reactions. And then what you do is you take your content, whether you do this over the course of a year, a month, a week, whatever. I'd go for longer than a week, but that's just me. And you take, let's say we're doing this for a month. You go for your month, you post your content regularly, you have a variety of stuff. At the end of the month, you look at the top 33%, the top third. What was getting the most reaction? What was getting the most feedback? Whether or not you got more subscribers or more followers or more people on your email list or you saw more conversions, whatever the KPIs you're looking at, you want to look at how your content, specific types of content, have helped push that. Then you take that top 33 and now you're going to test that a little bit wider. So maybe you try and recreate the same post in a different way, or you try. Lefty said he got really good feedback from doing a video about trends. So then you do 5 more videos about 5 different trends and you see which one gets more reaction. And again, you keep refining. But it all starts, crazy idea, people. I know. It all starts by actually posting. Crazy idea.
Or can you see that?
Barely.
What if I go like that?
Real insights, but I can't read anything below it.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. Wait.
That's a really big number. 21,066 views? Is that?
Correct. 464 likes, 36 comments, if I'm reading that correctly, 98 shares, and 34 saves.
Okay, I got a real world question for you. When you're posting either your YouTube shorts or your Instagram reels, I know YouTube does it. I'm not a fan of I don't Instagram very much. That's why I have someone do it for me. But whenever you have the ability to do like a thumbnail for it or like the preview image, do you have one set? Do you have a separate image you upload? Do you auto generate? What's your thought process behind that?
Okay. Number one, Google, smarten up. Please allow me to upload a thumbnail on my YouTube shorts.
I'm pretty sure you can.
No, you cannot.
Testing.
At least not from your phone, you can't. But nonetheless, that's something that kind of is like a cheese ball.
You should be able to do it from your phone. Like that would make the most sense, right?
But no, there's like, from what I saw in the options, there is no option to add a thumbnail to your YouTube short. So it's only whatever frame YouTube shows up and allows you to put up, which is crummy.
So if you go into your YouTube studio from desktop, you can upload because the upload studio, YouTube studio, is the same for videos as it is for not videos.
Well, that's sucky because I want people to be able to see that right as I upload it.
Oh, I agree.
So what I do personally, and I know a lot of people, they like to use Canva, or some go the extra mile and create them in Photoshop, right? What I like to do is after I'm done editing the entire reel, I just find a frame in my video, and then
After you upload it?
no, prior to. So
Yep.
I've edited the video. I have all the captions on there. I have all the effects. I have all the sounds, whatever the end result is. And then in that 20 seconds or 30 seconds or however long that video is, I find a frame within the video, because I could probably have like 10,000 frames in like a 30-second video, right?
Yeah.
So I find the frame that I like. Maybe I was doing this, or maybe I was like, right?
Yeah.
So I'll find that frame, and then I just readjust my text to whatever the hook is going to be. And then Final Cut, what it does, it allows you to save current frame as a JPEG. And then I export the video, plus I export the JPEG as a thumbnail.
Can you export a JPEG like that from Premiere?
You should be able to. I don't see
my
why not.
goodness. That's the coolest thing. Okay, I'm going to request this in front of the whole world. Can you do that for mine? Because we all know that all my cool reels, all the ones that aren't my face super up close, thank you, ma'am, are all from Lefty. The ones that look great. The ones where my eyes are like icy blue. Yeah, those are all Lefty ones.
Oh, by the way,
I love by the way moments.
This right here,
yes,
is a G Master 24-105.
That doesn't sound safe for work.
Look at the zoom I have on this baby. This is the lens. This is the lens that I have been using for everything. I have other
so you
lenses.
Can be like down the road and recording someone down the other end of the street.
Almost, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a lot of cool stuff. Now, I love that smile, that sinister laugh. Oh, by the way, actually, I'll say that after. So here's the thing with those types of lenses. The lenses like that come with a aperture of f4 or higher, meaning you gotta blast light into those lenses, meaning as a creator, you need to understand how to work and shape lighting, because you're not gonna get that bokeh effect. You're not gonna get that blurriness. You're not gonna get the amateur look, essentially.
Yeah.
Right? Amateurs shoot open wide, 1.4, 1.8, 2, because they don't know how to shape light. So they need to be able to allow the lens to bring in as much light as possible in order to get the imaging that they want. Pros use f4 or higher because we know how to shape light. Like,
we like things that are fast.
Let me tell you something. You know the probe lens?
Mm-hmm.
The one that's super, super skinny? Yeah.
Yep.
You know that lens starts at an f14? So imagine how much light you need to blast into that lens to get a really sexy shot.
Otherwise, it's going to be super grainy, and
it's probably going to be unusable. Forget grainy.
Digital green is not pretty.
No.
Film green is a whole nother thing, but digital green, not so pretty.
Definitely not. But
all right, tell us your secret before we wrap up tonight's episode.
Which secret?
I don't know. You said you were going to say something.
Oh, yes. So this guy here, I just have different focal lengths. So we can shoot super close. We can shoot super wide. Yeah, we could just do so much with it. Oh, this is the secret. Now, this is the addition to that, to what I was going to say. Stop blurring your background. Stop it. That's a different story. What is that, cloth?
That's my green screen.
That's a green screen. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay. Green screens are totally different. But when, like, think about this, okay, to leave you off with this. You blur your background. Why? Because some guru out there told you it was cinematic. Okay? Guess what? All of Hollywood films, only 19% of shots have a blurred background. That's it. When your eyes are in focus, don't you think it's a little absurd that your ears are out of focus?
I think it's a carryover from photography, because when you're looking at one still image, you want to draw the attention to the face, to the eyes. You want the background to kind of recede into the background. But in video, it does not work that way, because we can move, we can inflect our voice, we can move our hands and our arms, we can have different facial expressions, we can give more emotion by the way that we tell a story and all of that stuff. So the blurring doesn't do what it's intended to do when we get to video. And you're also expressing the like technical side of it, is like, yeah, your ears are going to be blurry because you're not really there to refine it so perfectly.
Yeah. And
there are people in the movie industry, my friends, there are people whose entire job it is to turn one knob, the focus puller. Their entire job is just to pay attention to focus. If you don't have that going on in your studio with your video team, like, I'm looking around and I don't see anyone here in my studio. So if you're like me,
but I can see your ears.
You can see my ears, because I don't try and blur my background. I just make it disappear with its color. But if I wiggle my fingers fast enough.
Fair enough. They get a little green. First of all, guys, you don't want to look like Dan Aykroyd in Coneheads, okay? That's not what, like, we all just look like that, you know? No ears, they're gone. They just disappear.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My friends, thank you all so much for joining us for this week's edition of Friday Night Live. It's Thanksgiving here in Canada. It's the turkey edition. Gobble, gobble, gobble to you all. But while we close it up, we usually talk about weekly wins. But I think this week, let's get cheesy. Let's talk about what we are most grateful for in our businesses, in the communities we've built, and so on. Lefty, what you got?
Honestly, I'm just super grateful for all the connections that I've been able to make this year, and all like and the people, which is a small population, but the best population of people that I've networked with, who have actually become, super close friends of mine, like yourself and Jim, John, and a few others. So I'm really just grateful for that, because a lot of you play a big role in the success of my own business. So I want to thank you guys personally for that.
Oh, we love you, Lefty. And I want to echo that, because every year business seems hard. Business gets difficult. We go through phases in our businesses. We go through phases as entrepreneurs and phases of motivation. And it is truly that community of hardcore supporters that really brings me through. People who are helping me build my business, people who are supporting me, my incredible clients, my incredible team, the incredible people who have even, total side story, like, I'll shower Lefty and Jim and John and the whole team. Mark, who's on my team now, I'll shower all of you guys with
Mark,
love.
baby, woo!
Yeah. You guys will get to meet him soon, don't you worry. But there was a moment that happened this year that I'm going to carry that energy through for into next year. So long story short, there's this moment this year I'm doing a photo shoot, and I love doing photo shoots, but I also get a little bit nervous. I don't feel self-conscious about what I'm doing. I just feel self-conscious that people feel like they have to stop their conversations when they walk down the hall that a photo shoot's happening in. Long story short, I'm walking down this hallway, strutting it up, getting my photo taken, and the one and only Lauren Golden walks by. I couldn't see who she was. She was too far away. But all I heard was this incredibly positive voice being like, "You go, girl. You rock it. You look amazing." And it was just
Nice.
that she had no idea who I was. She had no, like, she knew there was a photographer standing in front of her, but it was just that moment of honest excitement for another person and another person building their business and doing all of that. Was really fantastic. And I was able to connect with her later on. But it's that energy I want to take in for the next year to really help amp people up, celebrate those wins, and help people get through those times that might feel a little bit awkward or tough or overwhelming. So this year, options, not excuses, is our theme. And we're all about connecting and looking for solutions, because business is hard, but we do hard things. So that's what I'm grateful for. And all of you guys, whether you're watching live or on the replay, we love you.
And comment below if you guys want to see the entire visibility hacking team at Funnel Hacking Live next year, because I think we're gonna do some big things. We're gonna make a stinky, that's for sure.
There will be more visibility hacking shirts than there will be people in Dan Henry's crew. I don't know. He always brings cool people. He always brings like an entourage of awesome people, and I love that about him. Yeah, there's so much to share with you guys, but you're gonna have to keep coming back every Friday night. Yeah, but that's it for tonight. I gotta go. We got some Thanksgiving-y things to do. I love you all. Be excellent to each other. And remember, just go live, because your people are out there, and I promise you, they're waiting for you. Peace out, my friends.
Peace.